Welcome to DC US TV. My name is Crispin Masuka. I'm the show host. Today I've got Mr. Solomon Tembo, who is running for the office of mayor in Allentown. Allentown is the third largest city in Pennsylvania. Welcome, Mr. Tembo.
Thank you, Mr. Masuka.
Can you briefly give us your background?
Once again, I thank you so much for inviting me here at DC US TV. My name is Solomon Tembo, just like you said. I'm running for this position of mayor of Allentown. I would like to appreciate you guys for inviting me to your studio tonight. My background is quite simple. I've been born a politician. My father was a politician. He was an educator in Kadoma, small little gold town in Zimbabwe. That's in Southern Africa. I was born through, my mom is from India. She's Indian colored. My father is African. He was born in Zimbabwe. During that time when I was born, 1963, okay, going further, when I was a little boy, when I was in school, in high school, in primary education, my father was, that time we were going through liberation war. There was a liberation war to, get rid of the white supremacy in Zimbabwe. My father was very active in politics with Bishop Abu Muzorewa. That was then. They used to do meetings at my house. I was a little boy, but I was very active as well during that time. Why? I was quiet. I didn't even contribute at the meetings, but I was a little boy they would send to buy food, drinks, and bring them to the meeting. I would give them their food, sit down, relax, and listen to what they were saying. So my political background, cutting it short, came a long way ago. I came to US in 1993. I wanted to further my education. I went to LTRC. I studied. I got a degree in hotel restaurant management. I went to Kutztown to study my business administration. Then I went to Strayer University as well. After that, I worked in the hotel industry. I worked in big hotels, the Hilton, the Sheraton, the Holiday Inn. Those were the three main hotels I worked. And me being there, I've also helped the current mayor, who is Ed Poloski. I helped him in these two previous assignments, two previous elections. Speaking to the African community, the African American, and also the Spanish community in our country, in our city in Allentown. So I've been there, and I'm a politician, and that's where it takes.
Thank you, Mr. Tembo. So may we know what motivated you to run for the office of the mayor?
The biggest thing which motivated me to run for the office of the mayor of Allentown, to be honest with you, I've been a Democrat. Mm-hmm. I've been a Republican. Mm-hmm. I've helped the Democrats most of all to run for these positions, and like I said, I've helped the current mayor right now, to win these elections as well. I'm not taking credit for it, but I was part of it. Nothing is being done. Mm. Whether you're a Republican, whether you are a Democrat, when you take office, all the things you're promising the people of Allentown, it's not happening. Nothing is happening. People are suffering. There is no jobs. There is no better housing. And without jobs, you can't get better housing. You cannot have 3 meals on your table. It stresses me, and it gives me, I'm so much worried about these issues, because every time I go in the street and talk to people, they tell me, Mr. Tembo, we don't have jobs. It seems like this city is only for a few people. It's not for everybody. I tell them, you know what? Everything and everyone matters. I'm the man who's going to take you to the next level. If I win this election, I'll make sure you guys have jobs. You have better housing, low efficient housing, and education for your kids. No child can be left behind. But those are some of the issues we can talk about in brief or in length, you know, after whatever happens now. But my main thing to run for this position was to make sure I take care of the people of Allentown. They are not being taken care of. Nobody's taken care of. The people who are taking these positions, they're doing it for their own benefit. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tembo. How about what vision do you have on creating jobs?
Creating jobs in Allentown is easy. I'll tell you one and foremost. We have investors in Allentown right now, and I'll give you an example. We have J.B. Riley, we have Bush, we have Tom Williams. They're building, you know, big structures for apartments, buildings, and all that. But those apartments, buildings, they're good. They're good for Allentown, but they're not bringing jobs to residents of Allentown. Those apartments are being occupied by people from New York, from New Jersey, from Philadelphia. Not even Allentownians, because they can't afford them. They're expensive. Why they can't afford them is because they don't have jobs. If we create jobs for these people, they will be able to support those apartments and the buildings which are in downtown Hamilton, on Hamilton. Some of them are even closing now. The restaurants we have, they're even closing because we are expecting people from far away, from New Jersey, to come and support our restaurants. No, we are the people who are supposed to go dine in those restaurants, have lunch, have dinner, have breakfast, right? If you have those people who are staying in these apartments coming from New York, from New Jersey, what happens? They catch a bus in the morning, or they travel with their own cars to New York to work. They spend their money in New York for lunch. That money is not coming to Allentown.
And even taxes.
Even taxes, exactly. Even taxes, their tax, because they work in New York, their taxes are, you know, in New York. They're not bringing anything to Allentown. By the time they come home at night, 6, 7 in the morning, at night, they cannot even go to our restaurants and support those businesses downtown Allentown. Because you know what? They're tired. They want to go home and sleep. Yes. So we need jobs for the Allentown people so they can afford to buy food, to have a decent home, and to send their kids to school. Jobs, jobs, jobs.
What's your vision about when it comes to education in Allentown?
Education, I'm telling you, to be honest with you, we have schools in Allentown. I've talked to parents, and they're saying some of the schools in Allentown, they cannot send their kids there because their kids are not safe. We want to make our schools, Allentown district schools, be safe for every kid in Allentown. Every kid and every parent has to have hope to send their kids to school and go to work and think that, you know what, my kid is safe. By the time I come back from work, I'm going to pick my kid, go home, and my kid is safe. We want more scientific and technical courses in our schools in Allentown. You know why? Because if there's no jobs, we can create jobs for these people. They can be self-sustained, and they can have their own, businesses. We can do self-employment business, and we can be able to fund these people to make their own business and build a better Allentown future where they can also employ other people into their businesses. More scientific and technical courses will bring more jobs into Allentown. If these kids go get an office, rent an office, and start the IT jobs or whatever it is, let's try to give them funding. We have a lot of funding. We're funding from the state, funding from the federal. We have investors who want to fund, but these investors are not being, educated, or they're not being told the right way to invest. All they're doing is they're just saying build apartments. There's other things they can build in Allentown to create jobs. Okay, we have the waterfront, which has been going on for 5 years. I don't know why it's not even functional, or why they haven't started it. That's one of my main concerns. I'm going to start the waterfront as soon as I take office as a mayor of Allentown. I'll make sure we build those stores, we build those warehouses we need wherever, and people can get jobs. And also I'm thinking of, we have a lot of land. If we can build the apartments, we have land for a mall. We can build our own mall. Right now, our people in Allentown, they go to Whitehall Mall, which is okay, we support it, but we need our own mall. We need our own big mall to support our own people so that they can have jobs. There's so many things we can do.
Mr. Tembo, what makes you you think that you can be a better mayor than the other candidates who are competing with you?
I'm a better mayor because I'm a man of the people. I'm representing everyone. I've been a Democrat. I've been a Republican. Like I said, nothing is happening. I'm there to represent everyone. I'm representing Republicans. I'm representing Democrats. I'm representing whatever you are. Conservative, whatever you are, I'm representing everybody. And what I need to do for Allentown, I'm not going to be best judgment. My judgment in the city is not going to be best because of my affiliation to any political party. But my judgment will be best because of you, the people of Allentown. Whatever you need me to do, you talk to me. I'll be talking to you. I'll be in the street. The other mayors don't even go in the street. They stay in the office. I'll be one person, one mayor who's going to be going in the street of Allentown, talking to people, hearing their concerns, their voices. Their voices have to be heard. Somebody has to take action. And I'm the only man who can take action.
My last question to you, Mr. Tembo, is that what do you expect to achieve in the first 100 days in office if you win?
Thank you so much for that question. That's a very important question. My first 100 years, my first 100 days in office, number one, create jobs for our people of Allentown. I need to create better housing, affordable housing, low efficient. Our houses, most of them are dilapidated. Windows are cracked. Roofs are falling apart. The foundations, the pavements, everything has to be fixed. Education is my number 3 concern. I want every kid to be able to go to school. Every kid, the bus system is not good for everybody. Parents are complaining about transportation to schools. I want to resolve that. I want to make sure all the kids got transportation to go to school every day, to and back to their houses. After school, because of crime, that's another thing, we have to have recreational facilities where we can have these kids coming from school. When their parents, you know how in America parents have 2 jobs and all that, they don't have anywhere to go. Recreational facilities, they can go there. We can equip those recreational facilities with modern technology, computers, whatever it takes. Kids can spend their time there instead of spending kids in the street. Once kids spend their time in the street, of course they're going to be crime. They got nothing to do. Their parents are not there to supervise them. Nobody's there to supervise them. What are you going to expect from them? Crime, crime, crime. That's why you see a lot of shootings. 2 days ago we had a shooting in Allentown. People died. Why? Why should we do that? We need to have recreational facilities. I've seen places like Makanji. I visit New York. They have other places. They have good recreational facilities with halls where kids can go in there and spend their time. Our facilities as well, the mayor has done, good, but the recreational facilities which I have right now in Allentown, they don't even have the water system. Nobody can go there and drink water. So if you go there, where are you going to drink water? You have to go to the supermarket and buy water. We need all those things put in place. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for everybody. I'm here for the people of Allentown. And I will do everything I can, everything possible. I'll talk to you. You tell me what you need. If I can do it, I'll do it. And remember that I'm representing every one of you. I'm not representing one political party. I'm representing all the political parties and those who don't have parties. I'm for you. I'm your man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tembo, for being my guest. There you are, people from Allentown. Support your mayor to be Mr. Tembo, and all those even who are outside Allentown. You have heard for yourself what Mr. Tembo intends to do for the people in Allentown. Thank you, Mr. Tembo.
Thank you, Mr. Masuka. It was glad me being here. Thank you so much. Thank you.